Audio, good to go. What are the odds that 2003 is going to be a weird, shitty thing? We'll find out real quick. Right, if I'm in the right mod.
Drivers, to your cars.
When the dumbass commentator stands up to get a drink and forgets the glass. Welcome, Busch Bonanza racing fans, to the Talladega Superspeedway in Talladega, Alabama, sort of. For today's Mountain Dew Baja Blast 275, presented by Taco Bell. On the pole, Adam Beresford, starting alongside him, Philip Parker. Second row, Mark Guthrie and Tommy Davis. Row 3 brings us Ken Joint and Raybo Womack. Row 4, John Cheeseman and Doug Spark. On row 5, Aaron Cummings and Patrick Kelgel. Row 6, Mark Huron and Kevin Corbett. Row 7, Joe Polson and Frank Womack. Row 8, Dave Daniels and Bernard Person. Row 9, Mike Carroll and Nigel Ramaswamy. On row 10, JT Armstrong and Jackson Batcher. On row 11, David Baldinger and Brendan Cruz-Monsivez. Row 12, Roger Quitman and Ron Stout. On row 13, Ronaldo Scott and PDJ Zeller. On row 14, we have Stephen Davis and Matt Bontempi. On row 15, we have Ramondre Diggs and Brian Lowe. Row 16, Dwight York and Scott Drake. Row 17, Stephen Lowe and Joe Ibushi. Row 18, I feel like I skipped a row number again. Aaron McComas and Molitor Hill. Row 19, I've kind of right. Row 19, Jared Chadle and Larry Van Buren. On row 20, we have Tom Barber and Jacob Stump. Row 21, we have Yari Rodriguez, and first start of the season for Valmore Earnhardt, and shotgun on the field all alone on the final row, Jared Mogard. Be 104 laps here around the Talladega Superspeedway, the biggest, baddest oval in North America. There is some argument that there might be bigger, badder ovals in other countries, but they don't run many professional races on places like the Monza Oval. And I don't think this is the longest track the Bonanza runs, because I'm pretty sure one of the road courses is longer than this. But I can't remember the whole schedule, because I have drain damage. It's Talladega, of course, so we all know what to expect. Big packs, and probably big crashes. Point standings have been getting tight at the front. A string of amazing finishes for the 46 team have brought that team into contention for the championship. not many races left. We've got, what, a race here, the Roval next week, Atlanta, Southern National, Homestead, and Phoenix, I believe. I don't think in that order. I actually don't remember what the order is, other than the Roval for the next round, which is a place Kevin will probably struggle. So today's the day to get some points and hope that he can stay within contact. In fact, let's get the point standings up here so we can talk about it more intelligently. So after 30 rounds, Frank Womack is points leader, 52 ahead of Guthrie. Calgo's 71 out. Kevin is 101 out of the lead. Mike Carroll 137 out. That's the top five. Mark Huron is 261 out in sixth. Dave Daniels 309 back. Parker 329. Beresford pole sitter 426 out. And Ken Joint is 470 out. A lot of these guys, we're getting into guys that don't have much of a chance of making it. Well, making up the points. The gap between Scott Drake and Tommy Davis as the engines fire for top 20 is very tight. That's 10 points there. There are rumors that next season they may change the number of cars locked in, but we'll just have to see how that goes. The field rolls away on the pace lap, and it appears everybody has gotten away from the grid. They said 104 laps will make up the approximately 275 miles. Expecting pack racing, and as always around Talladega, the specter of the big one looms large over the field. Will these drivers take it into consideration that they need to be a little conservative to avoid trouble, or are they going to race hard the whole time and let the chips fall where they may? There's the whole field in one shot. That's kind of cool. You don't get that very often on some of these tracks. Silly season in full swing. Rumors that some of these drivers will not be back next season, either for promotions to extravaganza rides or due to poor performance this season, although most of those rumors are addressed to the latter are addressed towards drivers not in today's race. Although there have been rumors swirling that Kevin may be looking to go back to extravaganza after this season. But I think the focus right now is solely on trying to get some good finishes here at the end of the season and see what happens. Field coming off of turn 4, pace cars going to be clear to pit road here. Pack bunching up, pace car peels away. We're ready to start them up here at Talladega. Crowd on their feet. Sweet Home Alabama plays over the PA system through the tri-oval. And we are green, green, green from Talladega. Building. It takes, with this package, about 3/4, if not a full lap to get to full speed, but by the end of the back straightaway, they're really kind of going to be in swing here. Beresford pulls clear at the front. Big push coming from Guthrie. Guthrie going for the lead now. Basically up to speed now. Through the tri-oval, first time in anger. Field fanning out in the mid-pack. And already a couple straggling off the back. Earnhardt and Rodriguez falling back. Ken Joint was the leader at the line. As the inside line tries to establish, we're going to figure out what's the quick line around here. A lot of jockeying for position in the field. 3 wide at the front. Handful of rows of 3 wide action here at the front of the field. Back of the field, very single file, just trying to hold on a few of these guys. Dave Daniels will lead the second lap. We're expecting a lot of lead changes today. Do not be surprised, especially when the packs like this see a new leader every single lap. Carroll to the lead. Big push coming from Poulsen. Down the back we come. Poulsen ducks out. Joe looking for the lead now. Big three-wide angry pack. What did we say during the pace lap about maybe some guys will show some caution? We ain't seeing a lick of that out of their driving, but we might see it out of the flag stand. And we complete another lap. New leader. Who's it going to be? Was it Mike or Joe? Scoring gives it to Mike. 3 wide at the very front of the field. Is going to the lead. TeamSpeak going goofy. Big angry pack. From high above you can see that there's just nowhere to go unless somebody's going to try to make a fourth line. Okay, and here we go, trying to make a fourth line at the front of the field, and they cycle it back to just 3 wide. Whitman charging for the lead, but he's got York now coming on the bottom. 3 wide for the lead through the tri-oval. And York's going to be the leader at the line. And we've got a crash. Crash at the back of the field. The 48's in it. Going to try to get a spot on it. Yellow's out. Field coming, racing back. Guthrie involved too. Number of cars have been delayed, but we're still racing here at the front. Look at that Mogard from the back. He's going to be in the top 10 when we take the yellow here. To the line. Thatcher the leader. Let's get a replay, see what happened to Frank Womack here. Ton of damage on the back end of that machine. Oh, there was contact behind him. The 40 gets turned onto the apron, and he's going to come back up into the track. Clips Kevin, who sends him up, and that's a lot of points contending cars bouncing off the wall. A lot of smoke cars spinning. But I don't see a ton of very strong contact, at least from this end of it. We'll have to see it from another angle. Frank gets it pointed straight and resumes. Let's see if we've got another angle on that. It's maybe a little clearer down the straightaway. Look at the 40 just... I don't know where he's really supposed to do there. I'm sure he lifts, but can only do so much. Oh, there's going to be one big whack here. Big wallop. McComas to the back of Frank. That could spell trouble. And he gets some more contact there. I don't know that we have a good shot of that car as it spins. Got one more angle that we're going to try to take a look at. This from across the speedway. If any angle is going to show it, it's going to be this. Yeah, it just... Both Womacks in that. McComas clobbers him. And some contact from the 66 of Molitor Hill. Not sure, did Mark Guthrie did not get all the way to the inside wall. Alright, well, we'll be under caution for our first incident. A multi-car incident, but somehow not a catastrophic one. Will we have any takers to pit road? everybody pitting here. Everybody coming down pit road here from the looks of it. Track position really doesn't matter here much except for in one factor. If you're up near the back, wrecks like that, you get caught up in. The further forward you are in the field, at the very least, if you get caught up in a wreck at the front of the field, odds are you're going to take your rivals with you. You get caught up in a wreck at the back of the field, everybody ahead of it, not even concerned. And Thatcher's down and away, but I think he's going to hold on to the lead here. Yep, Thatcher will not keep the lead. Wow. Got to shuffle up some... Andre Diggs will be the leader. Let's see. 52 and the 49 may be done. What happened to the 52? 52's had an issue in the pits. Okay. Is the 49 gone? Rebo Womack is done for the day. Frank is still limping around back here with some damage. And we'll get you ready for the restart. No need to sit here through caution periods, right? Alright, pace car peels away. We're ready to get going green again. Just under 10 laps in here from Talladega. Green, green, green. We'll see if they're a little calmer here after a small incident, or if we're gonna just rack it up and go. Well, Drake immediately looking for the lead. Scott Drake, big run on the bottom, got a good start here, and he's got a bunch of cars lined up coming to help. Andre Diggs getting past. Thatcher's gonna try to slingshot straight to the lead. They are already 3 wide just behind the leader. Thatcher going to lead a lap here. He's already got 1 there. Was the leader when we took the yellow. Field has a little break in it. Armstrong going for the lead now. Armstrong led that lap, but is now getting shuffled. Classic Talladega. Four wide in the middle of the field, and the 90 coming to the pits. Problem on the 90 car. 22 coming in as well. That really checked up the back of the field. Parker and Spark getting away at the front. Got a handful of coming in, loose wheels and other random issues up at the pit stop. 56 coming back onto the track after a unscheduled stop. Loose wheel reported on that one. Slow puncture reported on the 90. 22 reporting that the hood was starting to flap around. Had picked up a little bit of damage. I was worried it was going to come off. Better to pit now than have it come off and cause a huge crash, because they will park you for that. Here comes Tommy Davis. This has stretched the field out a little bit, but we'll see if they come back together. So a handful of cars going laps down now from these pit stops. Roger Whitman about to lose a lap. A lot of guys having trouble on that pit stop. And they clearly didn't get the debris cleaned up after the incident. That or we're just doing a bad time of putting good tires on these cars. Parker just sitting out there. Enough car lengths ahead that I expect him to just be eaten alive here at any moment. Lead pack has been cut down by those checkups. We now have a much smaller lead pack. This might give us a little bit more of a ability to run green for a while. Two cars still running. We got 37 of them on the lead lap, although one is just ahead of the leader. Raybo Womack, the only car so far out of the race. Involved in the first caution, where the 40 car of Ronaldo Scott got sent onto the apron, came back and collected Frank Womack, Kevin Corbett, Mark Guthrie, Raybo, Molitor Hill, and Baron McComas, all damaged in that incident. And I believe the 22 picked up some damage somewhere and all that. Big checkup from the 79. Here comes the 3 looking for the lead. Patrick Cowgill goes to the lead. They've put Ron Stout down a lap now. See if the second pack can make any inroads here. Martin charging back forward. Had a little bobble a couple laps ago, but is already recovering from it. Big run coming here for the lead. Mark Huron led that lap though. in the wall. We've got a crash. The 57's been turned around. Now bring out the caution. Oh my goodness. Big contact. Womack has collected him. That thing is rolling multiple times. Terrible crash for Dwight York. That went from a minor incident to massive very quickly. And there's going to be points implications, but that's not even our biggest concern right now. Yeah, they got 4 wide, and he's going to get pinched up into the wall. Goes around. The rest of the lead pack survives this, though. Thatcher probably has a little bit of damage. Carroll has a little bit of damage, but it wasn't going to be a big deal. Look at all the smoke covering the track. And it's sliding down. Brian Lowe, and then hard impact with Frank Womack. And then this thing's going to roll. Cars are bouncing off each other in this incident, too. But look at the thing flipping on the apron. Oh. One more angle here. Focus on 57. Just hard up into the wall. And this is a survivable crash for being a competitive car, but it starts sliding down the track. The banking's so steep. There's nowhere for this car to go. Kevin just misses it. And most of the rest of this pack's going to get it. Beresford gets piled into by the 32. Both lows are in it. And look at this 57 just tumbling. Got absolutely smoked by the 48. Let's get an onboard angle. We do have, as usual, we have an onboard on the 48. Coming down the back. Green. Smoke up ahead. And they're all just trying to get by this before it comes down the hill. And they don't succeed. And that's almost certainly day done for a number of these cars. Waiting to see if we're gonna... Yeah, we're just waiting to see if the driver's gonna climb out of that thing. Like, got a ton of smoke up there, and... You don't want to go high here because that's where they are, but you gotta know they're coming down the track. And right here, this is where you need to go high, and Brian didn't make it up quick enough. Oh, Adam Beresford nearly makes it through without any contact. He does get hit, but the car already had damage. I don't know that he picked up enough additional damage to really be a major problem for him here. But let's look at Mark Guthrie here. Like, Guthrie's doing what I really think everybody should have been doing here. Going high, checking up, going high, checking up. Track's clear for him now. Gas it up. And here comes the 23 getting clobbered up the track. Into the side of Beresford. Just absolutely wiped out there. He did everything right, and it just didn't go the way it should have for him. How did Stephen Lowe end up in this? Oh, into the back of Brian Lowe, so the Lowe's pancake each other on that. Can report Dwight York has been helped from that 57 car. Driver is out of it though, and he looked very disoriented. Okay, one more replay from high above, because that's the only angle we got left to see of this thing. Like, we get 4 wide here and we just pinch into the wall, and this was a wreck, but not a huge wreck until here. And then it's just a chain reaction, and this thing went over a few times. Patrick Calgold leads under caution for the second time from Talladega. In. 2 cautions now. Willing to 24-23, 57-48, 32 are likely going to be casualties done for the day after that. We'll wait and see. Calgold should come out here as the leader. And 68 is going to be our wave around car here. So Broderick Whitman lucks out, gets back on the lead lap out of all this. Looks like it's going to bleed the Womack's 42nd, 43rd in this race. That is not going to help Frank's championship. Help him that some of the other guys that he's fighting with are also not doing well. Guthrie likely done helps him, but he needed a good finish here. This is what happens at Talladega, though. You can get caught up in something that wasn't really your fault to begin with, and it can cost you a lot of points. Those are 57, 32, 23, 24, 48, and 49 are all done for the day at this point. So we're going to get doubled up for a restart here. We are just shy of 1/4 distance. Jared Shadle slow on the apron. That car's going to be coming in. Might be a mechanical issue on that one that'll remove him from contention for the rest of this event. We have 36 cars running, 30 on the lead lap. Patrick Calgold leads, and we are ready to go green again from Talladega. Flag in the flagman's hand, and we are green, green, green. Down the backstretch we come. This has brought the whole field back together. We'll see if they stay together this time. Breakaway at the front. Here comes Parker trying to take the lead. That's going to let this pack really accordion together, though. Parker to the lead. '73 appears to have resumed, but lost about half a lap. They're 4 wide behind this group right at the front. They're going to get a little more sorted here. Doug Spark in the wall. We've got a crash in turn 3 again. How many are involved? Spark sliding down, banking. He won't get collected by another, but I bet we got 4 wide here. Yeah, we just got penned in. The 52's in it. The 58 got some contact, so the 15. JT Armstrong does a good job to miss it, I think, and he misses it. And Bear McComas just snuck through. I'll save Shadle from losing a lap. And put us under caution coming here to the quarter race distance mark. There we go, I got the words out. And I'll get somebody a wave around. Potentially the 90 or the 007. Doesn't much matter. .007 takes the wave around. Tommy Davis leads. And looks like just about the whole field's going to come in here. We'll have a lead change. Well, we'll have a lead change because Yuri Rodriguez stayed out and got some bonus points there. So we'll mix up the running. Our Yuri Rodriguez is going to lead over Cheeseman and Stephen Davis. Those three did not pit. Then Parker, Diggs, Carroll, Tommy Davis, Drake, Cowgill, and Corbett are the top 10. Doug Spark might be done for the day. 007 gets a wave around and then loses laps in the pit lane, so that figures. We've got 29 on the lead lap. We don't need to watch yellow flags. Alright, we're going to try to turn them loose again. Number of minorly damaged cars out here, but I don't see anything that's limping around, so that's pretty good for us. We often have issues with that in these Bonanza races, having cars that are just so slow we gotta park them. And we are ready to go, and we are green. Good start from the inside by the 90, clears the leader. This lap from the looks of it. Cheeseman gets his points on the board. Valmore Earnhardt in the top 10. Hasn't raced all season, now in the top 10. Talladega, the great equalizer. Swami charging forward. this, and actually, I was just building them up. Valmore Earnhardt losing the draft. It's good while it lasted. As we are 4 wide in the middle of this field. And there it goes, we're crashing. Oh boy, oh no. We're still crashing up here. That's a good chunk of the field. Oh, Ibushi in it hard. They were trying to recover from being in a bad... Really? Okay, Jogo Ibushi, I think, drove into this. PDJ Zeller went over. We've had one car go over. Let's see, we're coming off of 4. We're 4 wide here, and yet we come together on the bottom. Pinch him up into the wall. Over he goes. And now cars are getting knocked all out of shape. Secondary collisions are happening back here. And look at these guys that were off the back, just did not get checked up. Pow. Crunch. Where did Ramondre Diggs end up in all this? Like, Diggs is the one on the bottom, just comes up a little, bounces off of him. The double O goes over up here. Ramondre's trying to get this collected. The 55 is just completely out of control. I think Ramondre Diggs gets away with this. Diggs does. Same can't be said for Cheeseman, Cummings. Mark Huron's going to get a chunk of it. Number of cars take to the grass to miss this. Going to have a great onboard from Kevin. I have a hunch about that one. Because he was at the very back of the pack when all this happened in front of him. Kevin basically missed 2 whole accidents there. And the double O just went for a tumble. From high above. Just pinched into the wall, and then the thing gets turned over and it rolls a couple of times back up onto the wheels, slides to a stop, a little bit of contact there. Actually gets the thing driving. He drives off the car that was just upside down. As Mike Carroll is now the leader. That's probably the big one, though. Well, I have a hunch we're going to see everybody in the pits once again. The smoke still hangs over the front stretch from all that. That has probably removed a few more cars from the race. It does appear Doug Spark and Joe Polson are done for the day. Fuel only for Mike here. Waiting, down and away. He's going to get beat off at pit road by a few cars. Alright, getting ready to go green again. Running order: Dave Daniels, Patrick Cowgill, Mike Carroll, Jared Mogard, Philip Parker, JT Armstrong, Ramondre Diggs, Kevin Corbett, Nigel Ramaswamy, and Jacob Stump at the top 10. A number of cars have been eliminated from contention with that big crash. Including most of the lap down cars are no longer out here. Ready to go green again. Much smaller field. 22 cars on the lead lap. I think we've got 23 cars running. We are closing on the halfway point of the race, but still a little ways to go to get there. race now. Shadle, Batcher, Joint, Cummings, Zeller, Baldinger, Drake, Van Buren, Stout, Barber, Ibushi, Spark, Polson, Beresford, York, Guthrie, both lows and both Womacs are out as we have a battle for the lead. To the lead, Patrick Cowgill. Very low average speed for Talladega race, but we've been slowed by a number of cautions now. Is that caution number 4, I believe? Yes, I think so. Averaging a caution about every 10 laps. Let's see if we can break that trend. A bit more composed now that we've halved the field, huh? Seeing if the rest of these are going to come back to the field. I think a little bit that was working through some of the cars. They're going to fall off the back with damage. 22 on the lead lap, but not all of them are going to be in this lead pack anymore. A number of cars working out there with enough damage to be a problem in an aerodynamically dependent racetrack like this. Basically selected who the group's going to be here. I think the 58 and the 90 are going to hold on to this, but right behind them are being dropped. Watch them come down the back from the long angle. Yeah, 45's definitely made the cross. Side by side that should help bring the 90 in. 58 may not make it. One's behind him, thoroughly detached. I don't know if the 58's going to make this crossing either. It's going to be close. 3 wide at the front. It may be a small pack, but they're going to race hard. Yeah, 58 is just hanging on there. I don't know that he's going to continue to be a part of this pack. It's not going to be too terribly long before we catch the back of the field. And Dave Daniels has just blown a motor in the middle of this field. Dave Daniels diving to the pits, smoke pouring out of that engine. An opportunity to make some points today has just gone up literally in smoke for the Zero team. Day over for the Zero team. I think will leave us with 22 cars running. Is just hanging on, barely getting enough draft to stay there, but not closing. That must be agonizing for that driver. So 22 cars now run from Talladega. Nearing halfway. Philip Parker currently leads as we come down the back. We have a lead group of 10-ish. There's an 11th trying to be in here, but struggling to stay with them. It is feeling like our winner today is going to come out of this pack now. We've finally run about 10 laps without getting a caution. Bontempi's actually made the juncture back into this group, so we do have 11 in the lead draft. They're getting 4 wide in this lead draft, too. They're just trying to figure out what's going to work. Are they testing stuff for the end of the race, or are they having a go at it now? Because this would be a time I could see why maybe they don't want to let somebody rack up some laps of lead that's in points contention. They could get somebody to the front of the field that can pull it well, who isn't a threat to anybody in points. They might run single file for a while. I think Bernard might be about the only one that fits that bill very well, but everybody's got their own points battles. We catch Mullet or Hill to put him down a lap. Ooh. Calgo got up near the wall and had to lift a little bit, but looks like we're all going to get around him here. A little bit of effort for some of them. McComas getting ready to get caught. Parker, Person, and Bogart need to do a little bit of work to reattach themselves back to the trap, but I think they should be able to do it. Ronaldo Scott has pitted. I'll take him off the lead lap. And here they come to catch Baron McComas. And Kevin gets all checked up by him because he had nowhere to go. McComas down a lap. They're going to put him 3 wide to shuffle past him. Here comes the 15 back into the fold. McComas kind of helpful to the guys that were hanging on there just off the back. So they now all come back together. Calgo and Bontempi having a little bit of trouble back there, but they should be alright. Has stayed together. Nobody got dropped during all that. Now 18 cars on the lead lap. So pack a little ways up the road, but I don't know what rate they're catching them. They're catching him at a good rate of knots. They will catch him mistakenly. So there's absolutely going to be a green flag pit stop before the end of this, and that's really what will probably decide who's still in the running, because somebody in this pack is going to lose the draft during a green flag pit stop. It's almost guaranteed. A weird hunch, it might be the 58. And I think they are going to catch the 68, 50, and the 88. catch those guys here soon. They're going down the middle of the back. They've got the 56 with them, so we got a handful of damaged cars. And the 88 that's, well, he has a little bit of damage, but that car's just not been much of a competitive car all season. There's a reason it's their first race they've made all year. They went 30 rounds without making a race. At least they're going to score decent points today. Top 20 seems pretty guaranteed. Not 100% guaranteed, but it's a pretty good bet. We got 18 on the lead lap. Lead pack here of 11 cars. Second pack. Second pack's got the 40 a lap down, the 55, the 5, and the 9. I think they're working their way around the 2. The 2, the 66, and the 6 are just sort of out in no man's land all by themselves. Not really able to stay with anybody. Should be catching these guys here shortly. And the 88's actually pitted and gone down a lap now. So maybe that top 20 isn't guaranteed. Do some onboard riding here for a little while. Flag pit stop, here comes the 90, so maybe that's why the 88 pitted. I don't know if that's going to be a great strategy for him. This lap, looks like the 3 was coming in. Yeah, we had a number of takers there that lap. And traffic merging, the 90 coming out right in front of the leader as they catch slower traffic too. Might actually hurt the cohesion of this lead group. Any takers this time? Looks like almost all of them. So the 90 now out here by himself, Bernard Person. We'll see if he picks anybody up here. Pick up Mogard and go right past him from the looks of it. Mogard should have a decent chance to get on the back with him here and work. Catching Rodriguez, who was not part of any of this. And Rodriguez will dive to the pit. Stephen Davis coming in now. Kevin's got Cowgill with him, so I think we are going to see this pack break up. Ooh, yeah. Oh, Kevin, I don't think you timed that right. Yeah, Whitman's going to check him up here. Now he's going to overhaul Broderick. We got Ramaswamy just ahead of him to pull up on the back of. Cowgill's going to swap positions. Ramaswamy and Davis just ahead of him. I think that'll complete the... No, it hasn't quite completed the cycle, but it will complete here as they come by to pass Stephen Davis as he comes out of the pits. And as they go around Molitor Hill, I think we've gotten down to a 4-car lead draft for the moment. So 4 cars have broken away at the front. It's Cowgill, Ramaswamy, Tommy Davis, and Kevin Corbett. Group behind them, you got Huron and Ramondre Diggs trying to get back on terms. They might have a chance with the draft off of Whitman here, especially if they can get around Whitman quickly. They are closing, so I think we're going to end up with a few more cars joining the fray here at the very front. Average speed has finally gotten above 120. I don't know how high we're going to be able to see it get after all the yellow we had earlier. The 01 has gotten in with the lead group. Looking behind him to see if the 41 has done the same. 41 certainly trying. Cars behind falling away though. I think Ramondre Diggs is going to get up here and cross the gap. But that means from the lead group before the pit stops, Bontempi, Person, Mogard, Parker, and Stephen Davis have all lost this lead draft. And there's some cars ahead. They're about to get caught to be put down another lap. We've got 15 on the lead lap, 22 running. Andre Diggs just has a little bit more room to make up, but I think he's going to safely be with us. So this lead pack has 4 Chevrolets, a Dodge, and a Ford. Second pack is losing ground, and they're going to be catching, well, yeah, the remainder of the lead lap cars here shortly. Let's try for some onboard action again. catch the lap car of Aaron McComas. That Chuck's up a little bit. Second group is trying to get back up there. I just don't know that they've got it. So I think we're going to have one more pit stop before the end. So there'll be one more chance to just get absolutely dropped by this group. Although some of these guys that just got lapped are staying with this group, which could benefit them should a yellow come out, I suppose. We'll see how long they actually stay here. Diggs could certainly use the teammate help here, but Don't know that all those guns have a lot to help them with. Yeah, watch these guys slowly get tapered off the back of the lead six. Alright, Ronaldo Scott comes to the pit lane, so there goes that thought. They may actually be stretching out what was a group, though, into single cars to kind of serve as stepping stones for another group to come catch them, but I don't know that they're... Doesn't look like that's what's happening at the moment from the timing screen, so... Second pack is 5 seconds back. So, a couple of stepping stones like what they've created is not going to make up that 5 seconds. Gap's not closing. They're getting ready to catch a few more. Green flag pit stops for lead lap cars are even beginning to happen, so we may have 2 pit stops before the end here. No takers from the lead draft that time. So they catch Ronaldo on his way out of the pits. He's going to chuck him up here just a little bit. Second pack is completely broken up back there. Pull some of these guys actually up. No, that's not those guys. So I think we're now within range of being able to make the checkered flag on a pit stop from here. It's going to be 20 to go at the line. 6-car lead draft. Some lap cars that are spaced in here. 10 cars on the lead lap. Second pack has been losing time. We've got, still looks like 22 running. Philip Parker's had an issue though. now Parker's done for the day. So 21 cars now running. No, Parker's still out here. There you go. Sorry, 22 still running. Alright. I like being proven wrong about something like that. Kind of just in this waiting for the crew chiefs to make a call stage of the race. Once we get this last pit stop in, then we'll know who's got what. Armstrong coming in, that car was already a few laps down, so that's not going to play a real impact. 79 might be able to hang with this group, but he's now 4 down, or is it 5? He's 5 down, so he needs some drama to have a chance to get back in contention here, but he'd like to stay with this draft because it minimizes losing more spots. Here we come. Corbett, Calgill, Ramaswamy coming to the pits with Diggs, staying out Davis and Huron. Will this be a winning move? Corbett putting on the lefts. Same for Calgill. Off the jack, waiting on fuel, waiting on fuel, waiting on fuel. There goes Ramaswamy. Still waiting. Down and away for Corbett. So Ramaswamy comes out with an advantage here, but an advantage by yourself isn't really going to be all that great if the guys behind you get hooked up. Davis leads because he's staying out. Tommy Davis just crossed the stripe coming out of the pits. Diggs and Cowgill are together. Kevin's by himself. Here comes Ramaswamy. He's got Huron and Davis ahead of him. He's got momentum to get with them, I believe. But Tommy Davis and Mark Huron may be out here by themselves, coming up on 10 to go here shortly. That does seem to be the size of it. Ramaswamy doesn't make the cross to them. And now he's best off waiting for help from behind. Tommy Davis leads. But here comes Huron, doesn't want to follow. They've got 3 seconds to Ramaswamy, 4.5 to Corbett, Cowgill, and Diggs. I have a hunch that these 6 are going to come back together, but if these 2 can get hooked up, maybe they can disappear. But that's not how you hook up, guys. Mark Huron looking for the lead. They've got Earnhardt ahead of him. The 88 to get lapped. Puts on a little bit of a block. They've got 4 together behind them. 4.5 seconds back. Yeah, 4.25 we'll call it. And they're going to keep racing each other. This is poor decisions, is what we're seeing right here. It's these 2 making the worst decision they could possibly make for this situation. Racing each other here is not going to help you. And they're going to swap it again. Are the chasers gaining? Oh, they are. A full second that lap. These guys need to get it together, because they are going to give up a lead here if they can't figure this out. No need for all this swapping position. Run, Tommy, just sit behind him and run till the last lap. Slingshot him on the last lap. Slingshotting here is going to give 4 more guys a chance to beat you. Okay, Mark, you sit behind. Just wait till the last lap. There's no need to keep swapping the spot. It's just slowing you down. 10 to go at the line. He's not listening to me. They've caught Earnhardt back there. Gap's down another second. They're going to be caught in like 2 laps of this rate. As they catch Whitman. Whitman might help him a little bit, just having had something to pull draft off of. Go straight past the 68. But they're still fighting each other. Four chasers aren't exactly sitting single file, but they're doing a lot better job of working together. Gap down second, 2/3 we'll call it. They're catching Bear McComas now here. I think they're just trying to use these lap cars as stepping stones to try to stay clear of the chasers, but I don't think it's going to happen. They clear McComas. Chasers have caught Whitman. And they're going to clear Whitman and McComas. Here they come. They've caught them. This is the catch. 6 cars back together at the front of the field. Inside of the checkered flag, too. catch Yori Rodriguez here. He's going to sit right in the middle of the track and kind of block both ways. Diggs just holding on, but he should be alright here. 3 wide at the front of the field. Tony is. Extravaganza race here soon. Take it. All 6 of these guys could win this race now. It's just going to be who makes the right move at the right time. They all seem pretty equal on strength. That is the nature of a super speedway race like this. If I were to try to pick out one that might be the weakest, that 41 might be the weakest, but it may just be these making moves. So we can get 3 wide back there and just kind of get yarded by the guys that are single file ahead of them. It's going to give them a big run though when they get back to working together a little bit here. Is there any traffic up ahead? I don't think they're going to catch this traffic ahead. Starting lap 100. It's time to set up your move and put yourself where you want to be. I really think you want to be about 3rd in line here and start a move on the last lap. But with how single file they keep getting, if they're single file, then I don't think you want to be any further back than 2nd. So I'm guessing if I'm trying to make a strategy here, I think I want to be where Tommy Davis is sitting. I just want to sit behind Kevin and defend from Nigel to the last lap and then make my move. Whatever comes open from Kevin on that last lap, I'll take, but he's not going to wait. He's looking for the lead now. Nigel and Kevin to the back of the queue here. And right now might be the best time to be at the back of the queue. You want to be going forward here at the end, not backwards. So get the backwards out of the way. Have nowhere to go but forward. Nigel putting himself in a good spot here. Kevin and Tommy maybe not where they want to be. The crazy thing is, the guy that's leading this on the white flag could be last at the end. I wonder if that's Tony here to catch the end of a Bonanza race. Woo woo, 3 wide Bonanza action. Kevin to the bottom, making it 3 wide down the back. He's going to lift out of it. It's going to be 2 to go at the line here. Kevin looking all the way at the bottom again. Two laps to go from Talladega. I have no idea if Tony has actually switched to the channel or whether he can hear me or whether he's talking and I can't hear him. Kevin charges to second. They're 3 wide behind him. It's right there at the bumper mark. He's going to go for it. I think this is a lap too early for this move. Tommy Davis hunting for groove all the way at the bottom. Doesn't find it. Kevin's going to lead off a 4, coming to the white flag. White flag in the air one more time around the speedway. Kevin leads, but he's got 5 hungry drivers behind him. They're trying to shuffle him off the bottom. Davis to the inside. Here comes Tommy Davis. Big push from Ramaswamy coming. Mark Huron going to try to put it 3 wide. Kevin going backwards at the wrong time down the backstretch. Huron charging. Mark to the bumper, goes to the inside in turn 3 and 4. Mark Huron charging for the lead, coming off of turn 4. Off of turn 4, remember the start-finish line ain't in the trial. Well, here comes Huron with a run. Kevin's going to try to jump to the inside. Nope, stays high. They're side by side at the line. Kevin giving a push to Tommy Davis. And it's going to be Tommy Davis at the line. Mark Huron second, Kevin Corbett third, fourth Patrick Calgill fifth, Nigel Ramaswamy P6 to Ramondre Diggs. Stephen Davis is going to come home in 7th. 8th belonging to Matt Bontempi. 9th will go to Bernard Person. Assuming he gets the line here. He's got a race here with Mogard, but Mogard no run coming. Mogard sits, pops out too late. Be Person, then Mogard for the top 10. Rest of the field 1 lap down. We have Ronaldo Scott, JT Armstrong, John Cheeseman, Jacob Stump 2 down. Yuri Rodriguez, Mike Carroll, Broderick Whitman 3 down. Valmar Ehrenhart, Baron McComas, and Brendan Cruz Monseves, as well as the 66 of Molitor Hill 4 down. Philip Parker out of the race. Dave Daniels, Jared Shadle, Jackson Vatcher, Ken Joint, Aaron Cummings, PDJ Zeller, David Baldinger, Scott Drake, Lawrence Van Buren, Ron Stout, Tom Barber, Jogo Ibushi, Doug Spark, Joe Polson, Adam Beresford, Dwight York, Mark Guthrie, Stephen Lowe, Brian and then Stephen, Frank and Raybo Womack, your final running order from Talladega. Let's see what that's done to our points standings, Mr. Tony, who is still not talking. Why did I close Race Points Manager before I export it? So we got 5 races left. The next 5 are going to be the Roval, Atlanta, Southern National, Phoenix, and Homestead. A nice mix of different tracks. We got a road course, another big speedway, a short track, and a flat speedway. I don't know what I call Phoenix anymore, and then another 1.5 miles to wrap up the season. Let's get these point standings updated and show you the point standings going into the final 5 races.
I got coverage will begin soon.
Well, we're at the end of the coverage. I'm now showing the point standings. You missed the end of the race, Tony. And the points. After 31 rounds, we have a new points leader. Patrick Calgill leads the points over Kevin Corbett by 30 points. Womack back to 3rd, Guthrie back to 4th. Mike Carroll still in 5th, has closed the gap a bit. Mark Huron, 185 out in 6th. Jared Mogard passes Raybo Womack for 15th. Tommy Davis passes Vatcher and Drake to move into... moves him up to 19th. Scott Drake now in 21st. Up 2 spots for Stephen Davis and Bernard Person, down 2 for Courtney and Tonto, missing the show. Armstrong passes Polson and Stout. Bontempi passes Connor Germain. Brian Lowe passes Brandon Rains. David Baldinger passes Jim Fitzmaurice in the points. Shadle and McComas both overtake for Porty. Jacob Stumpf passes a dead man. Yuri Rodriguez up 4 spots. Ben White down 1. Tom Barber up 1. Sheldrick and Seb Alexander both down 2. Valmore Earnhardt finally on the board. 66th in points. Doing better than Brian Phillips, Rain Butterworth, and Pepsi Augusta. Thank you for joining us for Talladega. We will see you next week for the Roval.